What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. I believe today might be the last day we review XRP, then we might switch over to Dash or some other crypto like that. Otherwise, we will be looking at the current coin market cap as well as jumping into the current chartings, which I know is very important and critical to discuss right now. As we know, Bitcoin and Litecoin just broke quite a bit bullish in the past couple of hours, and it does kind of correlate with everything that I said yesterday, and I'd like to go into detail discussing what it is that we just found out and just saw, and as far as where we will continue to go in the next couple of hours, if not days. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Let's jump into today's episode. So guys, we're on the current coin market cap, and really quickly, just to dive into a quick summary of what exactly we're expecting. 24-hour volume has increased substantially. Bitcoin dominance slightly down, but for the most part, money is moving into the exchanges. You can see top 10 cryptocurrencies. We have 4 that are in green. The rest are in red. You'll notice what exactly is happening. You saw the little surge we had within Bitcoin and crypto, and now we're starting to trade out sideways, if not come back down. So obviously, just by looking at this, you can tell that we did hit a resistance up here, and we're starting to pull back down. We got rejected from whatever resistance is up top there, but you'll notice that we are starting to trend higher and move to higher levels, which is obviously a great thing off the start. But majority of these cryptos did blast off to the upside, so that is great news to look out for and check out. So to understand where exactly we're going to continue, we will be looking at the charts in a second. As we can see right now, Bitcoin and some of the other altcoins are still up and still pumping slightly compared to the other altcoins that are down today. Otherwise, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Bitmins, guys. Bitmins is an awesome platform that I've been using since, I believe, February of 2019, so a couple months. Now, basically, Bitmins is the first full digital status symbol based on blockchain technology, represented as a digital diamond. Every Bitmin is unique because you generate it on the basis of personal data. It can be bought, sold, or gifted, and its value increases over time like any traditional luxury item. They're also doing discounts if you wanted to buy a couple at once. You can check out the links and the email in the description down below. So they're pretty awesome, and you can see there's a lot of things that you can avoid. You avoid risk of theft, low liquid cash, high trading fees, unethical purchases, and they do actually retain value and actually increase in value over time, like mine have in the past couple of days. So another cool thing about Bitmins is its wearability. This is the first digital collectible that becomes a digital luxury item to wear. At the moment, it's currently only Apple Watch, but soon it will be on Android too. In the vision of the project, it will be normal for everyday wear to choose, a digital diamond to wear, combining it with, your outfits as you do the color of the tie, or a clutch of a bag, or a necklace, or watch, or ring. They are rewriting the concept of status symbols, creating a world in which the valuable object we want to show will no longer just be a physical clock, but the digital asset that you show on the device itself. Being able to decide what information to show, and above all, without risks of people stealing it, or forgery, or a knockoff. This is a one-of-one copy. Otherwise, let's move on to the current technical analysis. As we can see, there's a couple of interesting things happening right now within the market. Obviously, within Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin. A bunch of these look great. I want to start off with XRP. And as you guys can see, yesterday we made a video discussing the massive, or the recent breakout we did just recently see. And we were in the we were aware of the fact that there was a downtrend on the currency, and we knew that there was this downtrend that had 2 confirmations of resistance right here, 1 and 2, and we knew that there was potential for this to break bearish, which it's obviously doing right now. So for those of you who have been investing in XRP, they should know that when we saw this, we knew to sell off at the top here. We knew that when we shot up, I was saying sell off right here, we're headed back down, as far down as potentially this bottom support right here at 0.25, if not even lower. You can see the only real support we have is down here at the support, so there's an even bigger chance of us falling all the way down to 20%. Now understand this is a resistance, and what this does mean is that this pretty much set up the confirmation that this is a strong resistance at that, and it is going to continue to hover over XRP for the next couple of weeks. So the odd chance that we do fall down is kind of likely, and it's kind of high, so we have to keep a close eye on something like this. And for those of you who sold off. Very smart for those of you who are still holding on and bought down here. I'd recommend selling off, but it's definitely up to you what you would like to do. But this is going to start to head back down. Now, how does that affect the other cryptocurrencies? Ethereum also hit a bit of a resistance right here and is starting to pull back down. Bitcoin also hit one of its Fibonacci levels. Now, these Fibonacci levels are means of retracement. I know we have different types of Fibonacci levels and different types of charts. Understand that there is an actual level we're hitting right here. Kind of hard to see, and I'm trying to zoom in and make that obvious, but there is a black Fibonacci level that does come down here, which we're starting to hit as a bit of resistance. So I know that's kind of tough to see, but with that knowledge, understand that we are hitting resistance. Now, we still can pump higher, and there definitely is that possibility of pumping higher. When we check out the weekly right now, you'll notice that we are starting to head back up. We're also, oddly enough, getting closer to that black Fibonacci level right here as we retrace higher, hitting resistance. But for the most part, we did kind of bottom out on a support. We're trading at 50 on the RSI, plenty of room to go higher, but we are capped as to how high we go for the next couple of weeks or days. You can see, looking more so at the daily on Bitcoin, that there is this resistance right here. So if we scratch the Fibonacci's, ignore those, we have this massive purple downtrend where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 confirmations of resistance. So the fact that we are using this as support is great, and there is still a possibility for us to creep up and retest up here. We have to understand that there is a cap as to how high we go, and we're probably not going to be breaking through that anytime in the next couple of days. So consider that if you did get in on this run, we may still head up higher before seeing any sort of retracement, but we are definitely hitting a cap up here. So whether or not you want to gamble and wait for us to pull back down to potentially this level, we could even fall down to levels as low as this. When we do at some point hit resistance up here, this is the point of selling, because we aren't going to be breaking higher than that. Otherwise, I do think at the prices that we're currently trading, and I'd say anywhere over here is a good buying opportunity under the circumstances that we head back up to the Fibonacci levels. Now, moving on to Litecoin's charts right now, you'll understand we are also breaking up, which is a great thing. Now I want to look at where we've kind of played around with the Fibonacci in the past. It seems like we're either below or we're pretty much above the Fibonacci's for majority of Litecoin's lifetime. You can see we did hit a resistance over here, eventually breaking through, but it seems like from previous patterns, in order for us to break through, we have to be hanging out on those levels for quite some time. Otherwise, we don't really get enough support. And you can see that's pretty much around the black and the green bands right here. So if we extend this out, you notice these are very extended in terms of us probably getting rejected from these levels right now. So what we're really looking for is the coin itself to start to trade a little closer and tighter on these Fibonacci levels. You'll notice at some point they were trending quite close, and they're starting to extend right now. So we're really waiting for the prices to kind of hang out closer to this green and black band right now. So as long as we start to consolidate and trade out sideways, hang out like something like this with the Fibonacci levels, we could build up enough momentum to eventually, pump to the upside. But otherwise, take it with a grain of salt. We are starting to look a little bit better in terms of the coins right now, finally breaking that resistance of 57. I know we did just recently retrace all the way back down, hitting that Fibonacci's black resistance right here. But you can see with this pullback, there is support right here. So let's see if we can continue to close today's candle above there and not actually break through, which would be unfortunate. And if we can continue to trade out sideways, we may be able to build support and break through it once again. Now, whether or not you can look at the charts and understand where exactly breakouts happen, a very coincidental thing that I didn't mention in the past that I would like to mention now is the entire market is down. At the same time, XRP hit its resistance over here. So with that being said, if we can continue to use XRP, coincidentally reflecting the rest of the market, that all the other cryptos are pretty much down as well, everything is retracing, hitting some sort of Fibonacci, you'll notice the XRP shows the chart a lot better. Yes, we are hitting a support right now, which is why the other coins are kind of hitting a flatline area, but understand that we did cap off at resistance, so there is a very good chance XRP is going to head lower, potentially down to 25 cents, trade out sideways, or break even farther. There's a good chance we could see prices like this. We could fall to 25, hit this resistance, and fall lower. Now understand, this is a good chance that if this is the leading factor for the other cryptos, we could see the same thing happen. We could, with Litecoin, hit this resistance, trade sideways, we could break down. There's a very big chance we could do so, as their XRP really does show that. So we do have to keep a close eye on these cryptos. Everything looks like it's battling this Fibonacci level, but it doesn't look just ready yet to break out. As we know, there is a major, channel forming on the long-term side of things, so there's a good chance we could see some movement down here. But as of right now, we are still within a bear market, so definitely pay closer attention to these things. Short swings with bigger liquidity is definitely the way to make money in these markets. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Huge shout out to Bitmins for sponsoring today's episode, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.